Love is greater than hate. Thank you, Jules. Thank you. Yeah. Love is greater than hate. It's hard to go on in a program after hearing that. Giving it its proper moment. Thank you, Jules. At this time, I have the honor to introduce to you someone who's become a dear friend. As I stated earlier, the Love is Greater Than Hate project is not just another partner for the Mr. Ballin Foundation, but a friend and family. And to launch the Jessie Blodgett Music Scholarship Program, it is my honor to introduce to you the executive director of the Love is Greater Than Hate project and Jessie's dad. Please welcome Buck Blodgett.
Not gonna lie, I've been a mess ever since Butterflies when Chloe opened the show. Fuchsia's Garden, these guys are balling backstage right now, and how's a guy supposed to function? As you all know by now, this project is deeply personal. So when I say thank you for coming out tonight, you could have been anywhere, but you're here. Know that I mean it. It means everything. In the fall of 2013, several months after Jessie was killed, right here in Hartford, I got a couple texts. One was from Joy, my wife, Jessie's mom. Maybe some of you shook Joy's hand tonight on the way in the door. It was a quote. She just found it. I guess she just had to send it to me. She'd been going through Jessie's stuff. You know how we save all of our kids' stuff? The dumb little stuff they make in school and their achievements and their trophies. And this day, Joy had found Jessie's 11th grade lit notebook. And in it, she found this quote. And as far as I know, nobody had ever, except for Jessie who wrote it, nobody had ever seen this quote until Joy found it and texted it to me. Which quote is now, I guess, sort of memorialized all over social media. And also, you can't really tell, but it's on the music room wall at Columbia Correctional Institution, one of our state prisons, because the inmates there were so taken and inspired by Jessie's story and her music. Music is a uniting art, a universal language, a way to change the world. Jessie wrote. That's what Joy texted to me. See, for Jessie, music was not only her passion and her gift. It was even more than that. It was bigger than that. It was her calling. She didn't call it that. I call it that. But you just knew this kid had found her vehicle to make her mark in this life. It was her way to change the world. The other text I got was from somebody I didn't know, and I still don't know them. And if you're here tonight, please see me after so I can right an old wrong. This person got lost in a tidal wave. Just this incredible outpouring of support and love for me and my family. And it went on for months and months and months and months. It was unbelievable. It changed me forever. It came from everywhere. Everything, everyone. And this quote basically said, I can't do it anymore. I got to turn it over to you. This person explained that they had put out 12 big donation jars in businesses all over town, all over Hartford here. And they had been servicing these donation jars every week for several months, and it just got to be too much, so they had to turn it over to me. They had collected over $20,000 from my family. Just an outpouring of the best of humanity answering the worst of humanity. So not only did we not know that was happening, not only did we not expect it, ask for it, need it, we didn't know what to do with it. So we thought about it. First thing we did was we wrote a $5,000 check for Friends, Inc., our local agency in Washington County who helps people like the ones you've heard from tonight, who helps people who've been victimized by domestic violence, sexual assault, or human trafficking. By the way, they've been our partner for the past 10 years, and they're here tonight to support another Love is Greater Than Hate event, but really to support you and anybody you might know and love who needs their information or their services. Friends, Inc. Second thing we did with all that nest egg was we put $5,000 in the bank for seed money for this idea, Jessie's legacy, the Love is Greater Than Hate project, which was only an idea at the time. We couldn't launch it yet. We had to wait months more until after the trial. And then we took the rest of it, a little over $10,000. We gave it to Mr. Huckstep, Jessie's middle school orchestra teacher, Central Middle School, because he was one of her biggest inspirations and mentors in life. We asked him to start a music scholarship program in her name with the money. Well, I didn't know what I was asking. Just getting a 501c3 and IRS approval, it takes like a year. I gave him a much bigger job. I didn't know his capacity was already kind of on tilt. So I gave him this big thing, and God love him, God bless him. He gave out a couple scholarships that first year, the first 2 years, and then the money sat idle in the bank for almost a decade until last year when he left Central and gave it back to us. And along comes the Mr. Ballin Foundation, once again, out of nowhere, to blow wind into the sails of this old vision. So at this time, I'd like to bring up Lori Gift, the executive director of the Mr. Ballin Foundation, all the way, well, I wanted to say from Portland, Oregon, but she went to San Diego first and then came here because, well, we'll tease this story out when Lori gets here. Hopefully give you a glimpse into what happened and the purpose of this thing. Welcome back to Milwaukee.
Thank you.
Hartford,
Am I on?
West Bend.
Am I on? Oh, now it's on. Thank you.
We had dinner last night, so I know you know the answers to these questions.
They're not hard.
How many times have you visited us in the last 14 months?
This is my 4th visit.
4th visit. She came for our big 10th anniversary event last year, our retreat last summer, our retreat in the fall, our luminary in the spring, and now tonight. And how many nonprofits does the Mr. Ballin Foundation support and fund?
I think it's 35 now.
35, and you've been here 4 times in the last 14 months.
Yeah.
So she travels. Unbelievable partnership. Taking my new slogan, taking partnership next level. Just incredible partner. So let's start at the beginning.
Yeah.
When we met in an email a little over 2 years ago, June 2022.
Yep.
And let me tell them what happened on my side of that email, and then you tell us what happened on your side of that email.
Okay.
On my side of that email, the day before, I'm in my chiropractic clinic in West Dallas. My phone's sitting on my printer. I get a little pop-up. John Allen, $25. It was a notification for an online donation. That's a pretty good one. Most of them are $3, $5. So I thought I like this stranger, John Allen guy. I go treat patients. I come back an hour later, and I open it up and read it. There's 3 zeros after the 25. Stranger had just dropped 25 grand in our bank account. So me and my tech skills, I track him down online. It took me 24 hours, but I find him. He emails me right back, and he turns me right over to Lori. So that's what happened on my side of that email. Tell us a little bit about your side of that email, the beginning of the Mr. Ballin Foundation and our connection.
Yeah, I came on board with the Mr. Ballin Foundation in March of that year when he asked me to start his foundation. And out of the blue in June, he calls me and he says, I found this, I'm about to tell this story on Sunday, and before I do, I found the Jessie Blodgett story. Her father had started the Love is Greater Than Hate project, and I want to give them money. And I said, John, I don't have a bank account. And we just got started. We don't have anything. And he says, well, we need to give them money. And I said, well, then you're going to have to do it with your own debit card. And so he said, okay. And that's what he did. And
No
so,
way, I didn't know that part. With his debit card. I'm going to see him in Chicago next week for the very first time.
Yes.
I got to bring up the debit card story.
Yeah. So he did that, and then you started the conversation with him. He passed it over to me, and then here we are, brother and sister.
Brother and sister.
Yeah.
And what we haven't told you yet is this John Allen guy, Mr. Ballin, is one of the top YouTubers in the world. At least that was 2 years ago. Now he's on Amazon, and he's on all digital media. Great storyteller. Anyway, so last fall at the retreat, you and Gunnar, our MC tonight, came back again, and we were at Blue Lotus in West Bend. I don't know if I'm pointing towards West Bend right now. I don't have sense of direction, but we're about 15 of us kind of out in the woods. It was our board and some key partners, allies, and we're just kind of visioning together all weekend long, retiring decade one and inventing decade two together. And you had some great input. You helped us make our mission better. Anyway, we get to the end of this weekend, and Kate, our board chair, who is somewhere out in the darkness tonight. Hello, Kate. Kate has been suggesting to me to tell everybody about this old vision at the retreat. And I don't know why. I don't know why Kate was enamored of it. She just was. So I did. And I'll never forget this moment. I finished sharing the vision of this music scholarship program, telling people we got money back from Mr. Huckstep. And there you are, sitting on the other side of the table, and you're like doing one of these, kind of, like locking me in. And do you remember what you said to me?
Ask me.
I actually didn't hear any words. I think you like lip synced it. Ask me. So I don't know why it took me a week to, but I did. You gave me a grant application, which brings us to why you're here tonight. So I'm going to turn it over to you to do what you came here to do tonight.
I may get a little emotional doing this. So we are here to present $35,000 to the Jessie Blodgett Music Scholarship Program. And you can't really cash that. That doesn't
What?
cash.
It's fake? It's big.
That's good.
When we add Mr. Huckstep's nest egg to that, we now have an endowment, which means, for those of you like me who aren't finance experts, we can just use the principal off it every year to give scholarships and never touch, the interest, never touch the principal, which makes it a permanent scholarship in Jessie's name. Fulfilling, I believe, Jessie's desire and intent to impact the world and change the world through music and make it a better place. Thank you so much.
Can I deviate for 1 minute? So, as you know, my family, I'm going to get emotional. It's one of those nights. My family is no stranger to violence, and we have our own story of trauma and healing. And my oldest son, who would love to have been here tonight, wanted to do something for this butterfly legacy. And this is the way that he has gone on his healing journey. So I would like to present you
Oh my God.
with a charcoal of the butterfly legacy.
This is Dustin. I can see I'm going to have to come back to Portland and get even with him somehow. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I want to bring Jay to the stage. And as he's coming, I thought he'd be further away. I have a little story first, but come on out, Jay. And Lori, stay with us, please. And let me just say first, from this stage, it's a treat for me. It's really cool for me. It's ironic that we get to give out our inaugural year scholarships from this stage, because this is where Jessie performed. The last 3 days of her life. She was the fiddler in The Fiddler on the Roof by the Hartford Players, who she called her second family, some of whom are here tonight in our audience, so I just wanted to give a brief shout out to Jessie's second family, the Hartford Players. And now Jay, owner of West Bend Music Academy, huge partner tonight, played the background music for several of our performances, helped us find our 2 scholarship winners. I think I forgot to say that we're about to announce the 2 scholarship winners. There they are. And Jay, I'm really excited about the future of our possible partnership, and thank you so much. Jay has the impossible job of, in 30 seconds or less, telling us about a program he created that it's going to be connected to what the kids win when they win this $1,000 each scholarship tonight. And it also solves one of the main barriers to kids getting started in music today, I think, in this busy modern world. So tell us, Jay.
Well, thank you so much, Buck. I appreciate you inviting me to be a part of this. It was just very powerful. I'm so excited that we found a way to perpetuate music education in Jessie's name. I think that's what she would have wanted. So I'll be brief. Basically, TEMPO is the name of the program, and that stands for Technology Enhanced Music Program Online. It's a program that uses technology to facilitate remote music education. It utilizes remote cameras. It also has the advantage of convenience, which I think is what Buck was alluding to. We have busy lives, and sometimes it's hard to trek through the snow or the rain or get back in time for something else. So this has solved a lot of those issues. And I'm very excited to have our scholarship winners utilizing this very program, which they already have been using it, so it's very exciting. Thank you for including us.
Thanks for creating that program and helping us give it away tonight. Okay, it's time. Time to announce our 2 winners. Are you ready, Lori? Lori from the Mr. Ballin Foundation is going to get the honor of announcing our inaugural year winners.
So our first 2024 Jessie Blodgett Music Scholarship Program recipient is Paityn Spaeth.
Come here, Paityn. Awesome. There's your scholarship. Hold it up for everybody. Show them. Yeah. Woo! Stay with us, okay? Jay, you know Paityn musically as well as anybody. And you should have heard Jay tell me about her. Can you tell us in a sentence or 2 about why Paityn won tonight?
Well, Paityn was in one of my classes last year, and it was a piano class. She had accelerated so far in the beginner class, I had to ask her mother if it was okay to put her in the intermediate class. Do you remember that? Yeah, and I tell you, one of the projects that I asked they do was to use a random 4-chord progression to create basically their own song, and Paityn knocked it out of the park. She brought in her 4-chord progression with melody. I was so blown away, I was tempted to use it myself. So she certainly deserves this honor. So congratulations, Paityn.
Good job, Bill. Stay with us. I met Peyton's dad in the restroom a little while ago, and maybe I shouldn't have said that part. Anyway, Peyton's dad told me that this scholarship is helping you get a guitar. Yes. Yes. All right. Good. 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 Paityn, can I ask you a couple questions? Okay. Let's Mike share. Yeah. Yeah. Paityn, first question. What does love is greater than hate mean to you? To a 10? You're 10? A 10-year-old in our crazy world today, Paityn.
Love and kindness is the best thing you can put out in the world. Treat people how you should be treated, and the chances are they'll treat you with kindness too. Now, you don't have to be besties with those people, but you can at least be kind to them. And when you put kindness out there, you're changing the world.
Did you write that yourself? Can I ask you one more? Yeah. How will you use music to change the world?
With making music, I would make positive songs to influence people to do the right thing, because it's the right thing to do.
Wow. Wow. Pretty simple. It's the right thing to do. We get pretty cynical, us grown-ups in the world today, don't we? The direction, the future, and I don't know, I'm weird, but I believe we're in good hands. I believe the future is bright. Thank you, Miss Paityn. Stay with us. Okay, Lori.
Our next 2024 Jessie Blodgett Music Scholarship Program recipient is Brantley Vita.
Brantley, good job, buddy. There you go, $1,000. Use it well. Jay, tell us about Brantley.
Well, again, Brantley was in one of my classes last year. Now, he was in the guitar class, and I tell you, he stood out as one of the brightest guitar players. He was always ready. He was on time. He was so prepared. And when everybody else was goofing off, Brantley focused intently on everything I had to say and applied it, and he certainly deserves this award.
That's how you get a scholarship, Brantley. Everyone else is goofing off, and Brantley's working. Good job, buddy. Congratulations, both of you. Okay, now, you sure you don't want to answer your... Okay, Brantley wants us to read his answers for him. So Lori's going to get the honor. When I asked Brantley, what does love is greater than hate mean to you, Brantley wrote,
Love is greater than hate means to me that love is more powerful than hate, and that you can overcome any negativity with love and positivity.
I think we could learn from these guys, huh? You can overcome any negativity. Did you come up with that yourself? And when we ask you, how are you going to use music to change the world? You wrote?
I will use music to change the world by writing and playing songs that everyone can enjoy and that brings people together.
Wow. Please go do that. By the way, speaking of writing songs, Paityn, I understand you already wrote one? At least that's what your dad told me in the bathroom. Congratulations, Paityn, Brantley. Keep up the great work. Jay, Lori, obviously couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you, everybody. And now, I want to give it back to Gunnar, our esteemed MC, also from the Mr. Ballin Foundation, also all the way out here from Portland, Oregon tonight. I believe he got up at 2:15 in the morning yesterday to make his plane and come out here. Still looking fresh. If you knew him like I do, the heart of this man, thank you. Can we give it up for a job well done by Gunnar?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Buck. Incredible. Paityn and Brantley, one more time, the Jessie Blodgett Musical Scholarship.